Here's the US Secretary of State threatening the people of Gaza while having a cross drawn on his forehead.
If you don't do as I say, I have just met with your former hostages whose lives you have destroyed. This is your last warning. For the leadership, now is the time to leave Gaza while you still have a chance. Also, the people of Gaza, a beautiful future awaits, but not if you hold hostages. If you do, you are dead. Make a smart decision. Release the hostages now, or there will be hell to pay later. I think both of us know President Trump well enough. He means it. What's going to happen?
Yep. Well, hopefully that they're going to do exactly what he just said. You know how long we've been waiting for a long time in this country to have the kind of leadership with that kind of clarity. People don't realize the president meets with these people. He hears their stories. He's outraged, and rightfully so. He's tired of watching these videos every weekend where hostages that are emaciated are released and bodies are turned over, and sometimes it's the wrong bodies, and this 5 here and 3 there, and these games that are being played. And he's lost his patience with it. He's been very clear about this from the beginning. He's created space and time for this to be solved, and now it's time for seeing it come to an end. It's enough of this already. These people have been in captivity now for over 1.5 years. These are monsters. It needs to stop. And you know, I wish there were more international pressure along the same lines here. But I'm glad he's putting those statements out. I think he doesn't say these things and not mean it, as folks are finding out around the world. If he says he's going to do something, he'll do it. He'll do it. And so they better take that seriously.
Yet this is no surprise. A huge part of Trump's campaign was based on mobilizing the masses based on religious sentiments. Do you know what's truly astonishing? Those who consider themselves Muslims and yet, 1. support the idea of a secular state where Islamic law is not the ultimate reference, believing it would be unjust to impose Sharia on non-Muslims, while all the garbage and waste of human ideologies and man-made laws is somehow not considered unjust. Number 2. Muslims who feel ashamed to express their Islamic identity, whether in the West or elsewhere, whether as university professors, company managers, or in other positions, arguing that religious differences should not be displayed in the civilized world, except in places of worship. Meanwhile, these people slaughter Muslims while proudly displaying their religious symbols. Somehow, only the Muslim is expected to be without identity, without pride, and to hide his faith to avoid offending the feelings of others living among us. Number 3. Muslims who still absorb Western cultures, values, standards, fashion, and lifestyle in every aspect. Even though the West sees them as nothing, as subhumans, the West will never respect them. Number 4, and finally, Muslims who still hesitate to judge those who aid these people in their openly declared crusade. Now, if the current events do not spark a real revolution in the thinking, behavior, and adherence of our youth to their faith, what will awaken them? Now, I'm aware that the cross is part of the Ash Wednesday ritual in the Catholic Church, and to that I say, the Secretary of State appearing in an official capacity with this symbol while threatening the people of Gaza is not a coincidence, nor is it merely a personal choice. Had it been just a passing ritual, he could have wiped the cross off before appearing publicly. Because according to Catholicism, there is no mandatory duration for keeping the cross on the forehead. Political figures act with deliberate symbolism. So those who downplay the significance of his appearance in this manner are simply administering another dose of anesthesia as usual. Don't think about it. It doesn't mean anything. Don't read too much into it. And the question is, at what point would you start attributing meaning to their actions? And yes, not every war that America wages is 100% religious, but religion plays a huge role in mobilizing and provoking people to support specific causes. This is undeniable. America wouldn't be doing what it's doing on the Israel front if it wasn't for the Zionist Christians inside the United States who support Israel solely for religious reasons, and they play an important role in making the American government acquiesce to the Israeli demands. They literally think that God wants them to support killing children and genociding innocent people. Yes, there are other reasons why America is doing what it's doing, but this factor in the equation is an important one. And Rubio was probably catering to his base when he did that. That doesn't change the point. The forces of evil are using religion to strengthen their side and give it legitimacy, while telling us that using religion is backward and medieval. They use it every day of the week. And remember that he is proud of his wrong and you are ashamed of your right. He's announcing his falsehood and you are hiding your truth. And remember what Umar ibn al-Khattab said. We are a people whom Allah had honored through Islam. And whenever we seek honor through anything else, Allah will humiliate us. Please share this video if you think it's time for Muslims to wake up and be proud of their Islam again. And like and subscribe.